it back, run it back. Run it back, run it back. Lost everything I ever wanted, want it back. Got a problem.
Well, there is a brand new stadium starting to take shape just across the way, but for now, the action is here at Highmark Stadium in Buffalo, New York. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Buffalo Bills. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are, as we are off and running on EA Sports. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
Now a man in for an expanded role in 2023. It's James Cook.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. So the shotgun snap to Allen. That's caught by Gabriel Davis.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
12 yards that time, and a Bills first down.
First down by Davis, who a lot of people labeled a potential breakout guy before last season, and he delivered, blossoming into one of the league's best deep threats.
A give to Cook out of the gun.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down for a nice little gain. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
The Bills had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that, because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
Here's 3rd and a few inches. Allen now looks to throw. That is caught. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That's a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Raiders, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number? 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
To throw, it's Allen. That pass complete to Deontay Hardy. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4 of 4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game. Like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
Throwing on first down is Allen. Caught right side, Davis. And they'll have it in the red zone before it crosses over out of bounds. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Broncos are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover.
Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort.
We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 6.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll be tackled at about the 35.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down.
To throw, it's Garoppolo, eluding the pressure right.
And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it. So on 4th down, here's A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders. Back deep for Buffalo is Nyheim Hines.
Fielded at the 20. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Remember last time out they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed them up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their second possession.
Yeah, and one great way to judge a defense, how do they handle what we call sudden change? When all of a sudden, you know, it goes against their offense and have to run out in the field and try and put out the fire. Give this one great kudos for getting out there and not letting that interception lead to points. Excellent job by them defensively.
On 2nd down, Cook. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
First catch there for the rookie Kincaid. He's got a 1st down.
That's good for the Buffalo Bills. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Cook up the gut. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
On 2nd down, here's Allen.
A short throw pulled in by Kincaid.
2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Allen going to change this at the line.
They go play action here on 1st down. And Cook has it, left side. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Well, this offense will definitely utilize him as a weapon out of the backfield because he was close to 100 yards receiving a week ago. So they will try to get him the football in space as they did right there.
56.
Back to the ground, Cook.
Well, an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22.
10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo 1st down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
On 1st down, Allen.
This taken in by Kincaid.
Touchdown, Bills!
Dalton Kincaid
with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Bills get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
Here we go.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. To the left side, there's Mayer. A penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Now Garoppolo. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jacobs. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
And the Raiders first down.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
For Bill 7, Raiders nothing.
Go ahead.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And this is going to be a Raiders first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Here we go.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 44-yard line. How about this? They'll try the option, left side. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. Able to power through. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39.
You've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Third and 5. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And this is caught. Touchdown Raiders. Davante Adams. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Raiders are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Nyheim Hines now out of his end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Robert Spillane.
And they are going to take possession of the football inside the 15 at the 14-yard line.
Here we go, here we go,
There's
here we go.
a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
2nd and 10.
Garoppolo now. Throw left side complete. That's Adams. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. They get 6. That'll leave him with 3rd and 4.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And they'll find the open man. That's complete. And the Raiders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Jacobs trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1.
2nd and goal from the 1. There's Garoppolo to throw. So they hit pay dirt, but don't count it yet. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
Out of the end zone, here comes Hines.
And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22.
Beginning this series with a handoff to Cook.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Allen. This is caught. It's Hardy. And out across midfield down to the 45. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
They'll try the middle with Cook.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 42 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here.
And Davis with it left side. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And Allen going to be Intercepted for the third time. Picked off by Robert Spillane.
And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
That's Matt Milano firing in from his linebacker position.
Pressure can come from all over when we're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now a play fake. Garoppolo. The pass taken in by Mayer. Pushes him over. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they're taking no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Here's a diving catch right side. Open man, it's Mayer in the end zone for the Raiders touchdown. Jimmy Garoppolo with his 2nd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Raiders go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no thought of a return here for Hines.
At their own 25-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Allen off the play fake. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Throwing now is Allen. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked them off. Touchdown! 3 touchdown passes now for Jimmy Garoppolo. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Out of the end zone, here comes Hines. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bills shaken up on the play. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them.
Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
And not much doing there. Maybe a yard up to the 23.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Throwing is Allen on third. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive.
They have been red hot, sometimes white hot here in this first half. They're just looking to add to that total right now.
And this has to serve as a reminder to myself because so many times I get wrapped up in the play calling, how they sequence things, how it's run. But you know, at the end of the day, it's still execution. Those guys out on the field, and right now they are locked in and really looking good.
They'll try to continue to be locked in here as we get ready to approach halftime. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide. And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
50 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the two tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Touchdown pass number 4 of the afternoon for Jimmy Garoppolo.
And the Raiders are able to add on to their first half lead.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
Out of the end zone, here comes Hines. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
First and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation, either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
At the 17-yard line.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Bill 7.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway.
Here's Abdullah from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Here we go.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
In motion left goes a tight end. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw.
Into space at the 45.
And he'll take this down to the 40-yard line. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
It's a gain of 23 yards. First down, Raiders.
Here we go, here we go. 21, here we go.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
A beautiful fake. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
65 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
And the Raiders first down.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There's a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
Now a 2nd and 10.
65.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal, because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Back to the running game with Jacobs. And he'll be brought down shy of the first down marker at the 11. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down.
Daniel Carlson for the Raiders field goal. A 28-yard attempt.
The kick by Carlson is good.
So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
Out of the end zone, here comes Hines.
Nyheim Hines on the return. The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
A CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. It's complete to Diggs. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they've not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Now Allen. That's to Cook out of the backfield. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And 3rd and 8 now.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there, because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away.
.35 yards that time on the punt, and the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10.
At their own 17-yard line.
Here we go, here we
The
go.
Raider offense set to get this drive started.
11.
Their
11.
drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf
Here we go,
material.
here we go, here we go. Hey, hot.
Garoppolo on 1st down. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
So after the INT, it's Allen. And boy, another ill-advised throw there, as that will wind up incomplete.
Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
We're in the 3rd quarter in upstate New York with a 2nd and 10.
What's that?
Here's Allen to throw it. And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Look out.
Here's Allen.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know, they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And that's caught inside the 35.
And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Hunter Renfrow with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Raiders have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Out of the end zone, here comes Hines. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game...
And now here is another interception. That he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. Clock showing 90 seconds to go in the third. On first down, Garoppolo. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Down here in the red zone, you know your tight end's going to be a favorite target. Couldn't hang on.
And sometimes they just have to get out of their own head because they understand how tight windows are there and how many bodies are there. And sometimes they just overthink it and don't catch the ball.
21. White. Black.
Back to the air on second. It's Garoppolo.
To the left side, there's Mayer.
He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
So off is Garoppolo, and in comes Daniel Carlson for the Raider field goal.
From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they come through with 3 after forcing the turnover. But CD, second half, you're starting inside the red zone. Obviously, they would have liked 6 out of that.
Absolutely, because that's all you're thinking is how do you get it into the end zone? Do you want the field goal to be the last resort? In this case, they gave it a great try, but did have to settle for 3.
Take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
From the 29, here's 2nd and 3.
To throw, it's Allen.
A short throw pulled in by Kincaid.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On first down, Allen. It's hauled in by Hardy. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. So 8 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up a second down in just a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
To the air, Allen. And Diggs has it.
And Diggs will have a Bills first down as he's going to get this down to the 45-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 45-yard line. Allen.
Getting the football to Davis on an out route.
And he's got this down to the 35. The Bills passing game getting him down the field. They've got another first down.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
And
Again, it's Allen. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Robert Spillane. And the Raiders are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They'll start the drive with a give to White. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Well, up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points. But they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Up the middle, it's Cook. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Here's 2nd and 7. Now Allen. He will find Diggs in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. Stephon Diggs with career touchdown number 60. And the Bills get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Extra point by Bass, up and good. As they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Here's Abdullah from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
Here we go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They can definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they'll put in a lot of backups to do it and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to get them some work too. I can't just let them sit over on the sidelines all the time.
93 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now,
and he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs His third rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are on their way to a 2-0 start.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Taken at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Go, take it to the house.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Look out.
Allen going to throw. Right back to Davis. It's complete.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down. Allen now looks to throw.
That is caught. Kincaid with it.
A big play here for Buffalo. 58 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. He'll dump this off to Cook. And he is going to lose yardage here. So that one a disaster. A big loss there with 2nd down coming up.
That's a great job of tackling right there. If he could have made the first man miss, maybe he could have taken it into the end zone. Instead, they stopped him pretty well right in his tracks. And you often see that in the red zone. Offense has to be quick. In this case, the defense was quicker.
Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. 3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable.
Allen to throw once more. And it's caught. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal. Now you got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. They'll run for it. Cook, and he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
Well, this defense held out as long as they could, but ultimately the running game wears them down from the 1-yard line.
And that gets set up throughout the entire drive, doesn't it? And when you put those big bodies and determination into that carry, the end result, touchdown.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
As they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play.
Here's Abdullah from his end zone.
Amir Abdullah running room at the 50. Look out. And out of bounds finally, but not before getting it way across the 50 inside the 25.
Forget the idea of flipping the field. They have now put themselves in a position to score points with that big-time return.
Jacobs going to try the middle. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. And there on the tackle, Shaq Lawson.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Now 2nd and 9.
Going right side is White. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
3rd and 8.
11.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
So the big return had them fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a first down.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
At their own 19-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. And now here is another interception. Jacorian Bennett has it. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Intercepted by the Raiders. They'll take over first and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Hey, come on, come on, come on.
Oh, Garoppolo's going to throw it. Open man is Myers. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll bring up second down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
Second and 6 at the Bills' 18-yard line.
11, 11. 1, Omaha.
On second down, here's Garoppolo. That's caught by Myers. It's so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. But Charles, a lot of happy faces.